Yes, we are back for another day on the van build, and thank you very much for tuning in. So last week you would have seen there was no video. The last video you would have seen was of the window being fitted. That's what it would have been. However, let me talk you through where we're at the minute. And this is where we are up to now. So last things you may have seen may have been the window. We've actually got the slide out bed sorted. We've carpeted all the front as well. We have put some U-trim all the way around as well, looking really good. The bed slides out, and we've made it so the bed slides out literally butt up to this kitchen unit here that Dad has kind of put together. So you can see there is some markings, or you might be able to see there's some faint pencil lines on here at the moment. Those are pretty much to do with where Dad wants some cupboard drawers. Let's get in. He's going for this worktop here. As said in every video, the van is getting built on a budget. So Mum and Dad have recently just had the kitchen done, and this was some of the worktop that they've used to go along the back wall. It's not tiled. I think it's only 9mm thick MDF with a laminate on the top, but because there's reinforcement bars just under here, it's made it very super strengthy. And so this is where we're up to at the moment. And another thing we've managed to put in is this USB. Dad's also bought himself a 12-volt compressor freezer, but it's not a fridge freezer as we'd know it. It's basically that. It's like a cool box. So what he's decided there, he's going to make, it just fits in here nice. What he's going to make a little raise off the floor here, so it'll slide in here, and then that'll leave enough then for the pipe that the diesel heater is going to go under the driver's seat for the pipe to come out here. All up in here I carpeted probably a few weeks ago. So all down, so much shit, it's unreal, but all the trays carpeted as well. Up here you can see that there's just a little bit of carpet there left over. We are yet to trim all here because I didn't know what he wanted to do with it. But that is where we're up to. Curtains, I don't know if you saw the curtains, but we've got curtains up here now. They shut really, really nicely, and they just make it look so much better. But I don't want to do too much because he'll probably have a moan. But yeah, same curtains we've got in our van, just a different colour. Lights are all up and working. We are starting to do some electrical things, hopefully today. I might get onto that because we've managed to... Dad currently is using this little shitty battery just down here. However, what we've managed to do, we've managed to collaborate with a company called LiTime. They have sent us one of their awesome little 100 amp hour batteries, but there may have to be a few little changes. I think Dad is still going to keep the battery down here, but where we mounted the fuse box, the cut-off switch, I think he's going to put the fuse box mounting just at the back there so you can hardly see it. And then we've got the switch panel, which I've got in my van just in here. This is where we're at the moment. He's just on with trimming some of the reinforcement shelves he's using in here. But yeah, this is where we're up to at the moment, and it is looking really, really good. Next question now. Oh yeah, that one needs one on, yeah. Where do you want your fuse box? Mounted on the back side as well?
Inside, out the side, on the back.
Okay.
We go on the back there with the doors shut.
Yeah, it'll go on there. Yeah, you've got your D-pillar depth there, haven't you? Yeah.
You can stick it where you want to, so just somewhere accessible in it.
Righto.
I do like that thing. That is absolutely fucking nice. All cars should have them in.
Yeah, they were good, aren't they?
So as when the fuse goes, you know what line it's in and everything.
So this is how it looks inside at the minute. You can see that we've got some little runners there. It's all marked, and that's what's going to be holding the shelves on. Got more bits down here. And just to give you an idea, this is going to be the height here of the worktop. But yeah, let us know what you think so far, folks. I mean, it's come on really well. It's come on a lot better than what we actually thought. The bed pulls out really smoothly. and it also goes back in nice and smooth as well. But yeah, I've bought him some. So when I had my Vivaro, I bought some paint called Leyland Trade acrylic primer, and they reckon that is the best primer you can get for wood. With this being plywood as well, it's probably better off going to have 2 coats of the primer, and then I don't know what Dad wants colour wise on top of it, but at least if we get some primer on it, it'll be ideal. But genuinely, let us know what you think so far. Everything here has been done on a budget. Say budget. Curtains, they were purchased from eBay anyway. I think they were like 28, 30 quid, something like that, including the rails as well. All the wood that he's used has been reclaimed wood from when he did his pub up the back garden. The only thing he's had to purchase is two sheets of this 18mm ply, which his mate got him anyway, which for, I think it was like a couple of beers or something like, I don't know, but I'm sure it was just like for a couple of beers after asking. But yeah, so everything, as I said, has been done on a budget. Things like carpet and that you'll never really escape, because you'll have to purchase all that and the glue off eBay or trusted supplier, anything like that. This Alpicool was on a deal. I think it was 149 quid, I think it was. So it's a compressor one as well. So it works in the same manner as a 12-volt compressor fridge that we've got in ours. And it was that cheap. I actually bought one myself, and that's in the garage of the van. But that's where we're at the moment, folks. Looking good. Oh, he's just doing some trimming. He's got to fit it in here now. Again. So we're just trying to get it. It's all level, but you can see when the worktop's on, it's just not sitting proud enough. You have to just literally edge it a little bit in where it twists a bit. So
always. And
it was just that was causing it. So get it fitted in, Mom.
Edge it in.
Edge it in.
Oh, it's gone again.
That's why you need screws in it once it's sorted.
Some screws in it. That's it.
Go on.
That's it. That's alright.
And that's how it's going to be. So that's going to be one of his shelves. And then the next one will sit up here.
With this, help with this one.
You'll need screws in that though, wouldn't you, now?
I'll just put a little brace in the inside at the bottom. Be alright. And then the other shelf, which is I made earlier. Fits in like that.
Perfect.
With a couple of screws and nails.
And then we'll just try this on.
That's better.
Just get in there. So you see what I mean here, guys? Just a little bit, but all it needs is just a little push in. And it's all nice and level. You've got some edging trim to go on as well.
Cut ready, yeah.
All cut ready as well.
Mm.
So, I've cracked on a little bit more. Didn't do any filming. I do apologise. However, I have just managed to get this in. Doesn't look much from there, because I think Dad was on about putting an old lunchbox or something around there just to house it. You know, there's doing a van on a budget, and then there's doing a van on a budget, and then but that's what it looks like from the outside. It will just have to come off again, but at least we've got the hole, because it's going to be getting painted anyway, so everything is going to have to come off. He wanted this moving and putting on there, so it's just an easy turn. That's where we're going to keep him. Again, they're going to come off because it'll need painting. He is aware that there will be some wires coming up the back here anyway into the fuse box, and a couple of wires coming down, which he is fine with. However, wherever the battery comes from, we need one coming all the way up going into there, and then one coming out going into the fuse box. But But we shall attack that when the time is right, when he's happy with the kitchen, when he's finished with it, and also when he gets it painted. So all this here now, then I think I'm pretty much done now. We've managed to screw in all of the other support. The shelves are all screwed in. He knows now, or now that the shelves are in, he knows now where he wants his doors. I have, where are they? Oh, I did buy him these guys. These, some of you have probably seen them before anyway, these are surface mounted soft closing latches. So you probably see the ones anyway where you've got to mill out quite a big hole and it pushes in. I didn't really want to do that, so I found these on Amazon. I will leave a link in the description if anybody's interested in looking at them, just for reference. That is the size of it. You can see just in the middle there's like a little piston. So yeah, you can slam it shut if you wanted to, but it won't slam because of that piston in there. It makes it soft closing. But he's happy with them anyway. So I've got 8. I think 8 come to about 12 quid, I think it was. But they're all in there off Amazon anyway. Here's the battery we've got as well though. So this is what I was just mentioning earlier on in the video. It's from a company called LiTime, and it's the 12.8 volt 100 amp hour lithium battery. You can see here though that it's rated to 1280 watt hours. Just to put that into perspective, it's pretty much the same, or it's got a little bit more power than a Jackery 1000, shall we say. But this I don't think has Bluetooth, which is unfortunate for my father. However, I have noticed you can get some Bluetooth add-ons that do tell you the state of charge of the battery, the state of the battery, and I think they're around 50-60 odd quid, so we might start looking at getting one of those and just mounting it near the battery. We have collaborated with LiTime previously in the past when we did our van conversion, but because this is only a small van, day van, 1 or 2 nights, Dad doesn't really want to go to town with massive electrical power. He has got his other power station which he will use as well, but for everything pretty much in the van, including diesel heater and the fridge that he's got, he said this will be absolutely ample for him. Let's get it out the box quick and let's have a look at it, and we'll give you a rundown of what it is, how much it is, and is it going to be worth it. One thing I do mention every time about these lithium batteries, they are so light. So the one my dad's got down there is an AGM battery, which is an absorbent glass matte battery. When you come to weigh this, and they are similar size, just to give you a reference with my hand, they are of a similar size, but when I've just weighed them myself, and that is so much lighter than the AGM. So with a camper van, when space is essential, you've got to have something that packs a lot of punch, that's also going to be quite light, quite small, and obviously suits your needs. And for my dad, the LiTime battery is going to be perfect. On the top it does give you an installation guide, so you just scan your QR code and it'll take you straight to your installation setup. I think for maybe 2-3 nights, even if you wanted the diesel heater on every night, this battery is going to be absolutely superb for him. It's going to give him the power that he needs to power everything that he wants. And also with the battery management system as well that's put inside of this LiTime battery, it stops it from overcharging. It gives it short circuit protection, it gives it open circuit protection, so it's pretty much got everything that my old man will need. But there we go, the LiTime 100 amp hour battery. There'll be a link down in the description for any of you guys that will be interested going to check it out. But as I always say in every video, make sure you do your research and make sure you purchase the one that's right for you. So thanks LiTime for sponsoring today's video.